Okay, still just learning the form, so stay embryonic, okay? Slow and embryonic. I'll ski, you get a heel kick. Next movement, come up here. Start the form rotating. Don't go back and forward. If he moves, I move. Not when his weapon moves. So if he moves, I move. And then we'll do an embryonic mafia push. Boom, contact, boom, and just keep. Okay, let's go. Okay, pay attention to the in-between. It's always more important than you think it is, okay? So when I ski, this is keeping him out. As he removed his weapon from the center line, I take it, okay? And make him have to throw from out there. Got it? So I go one, and that weapon is going here. Even when we don't do it embryonically, that weapon is still going up his center line. You understand?
Yes.
So, I go one, boom, it's right there. That is going to put you in this kind of range where I need to be. Go back up top so that I can hit his hand before they get out to me. Do you understand? If you're way back here, right, he puts his weapon up, I can't hit his hands. You see? So, embryonically, boom, right here, boom, you should be able to hit his hands. Okay, back up. So if you're doing this stuff, no, boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's go. Feel the center line. Pay attention. So, it's not a trade-off. It's not your turn, my turn. Okay? So, just aggressively, he moves, he goes to the counterattack, I'm still going this way. I'm not going like this. You get it? I'm not going, ay! I'm going here. So if we'll just obey the rules, okay? So he's not there on the second move. Do you understand? So if I ski and come back to here, do you understand? I went backwards. Let's watch what happens. Stay there. So here's my ski range, and he goes, steps back. It gives me his temple range. You see that? And from here, I go backwards. You see? Is that where I catch his hands? This is so I can touch his hands. The power line is back here. You see, I missed. So, but this is what I need to do to touch his hands. So I'm off the power line, and if it was not embryonic, his hands would be at the top of his head, and I would be missing. Do you guys understand? So bring your hands a little, stop. This is where I have to hit it. So the Joe has to be there, and I have to have that on my power line. You see my center line? You see that? So that means my spine has to be here. So I can't move back. I have to move forward and around. So as I go in, boom, I'm going this way. Watch my right foot in relation to where it was. So boom, there it is. It goes this way. It's moving more that direction. Do you guys understand?
Yes.
So, it's not here. It's aggression, in, again, in. The guy's tactic was to do a round strike. You understand? It makes no sense to move back into its power vector, which is the apex there. You already went in it. You're going to have to cross it to get back out. And no one does that when it's for real. Do you understand? That's like I'm going to run across the doorway when the guy's shooting out the doorway. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay where I am. Okay? So I was inside the eye of the storm, so I fight from the inside the eye of the storm. Do you get it? Don't come back into where his power apex is. All right, let's go.
Hi.
Okay, so we do the same ukemi as we did 2 weeks ago with the boken. So he can't hit my head. The form would stop right then and there. Okay? So he goes, I'm over here. But as you see, the majority of my weapon is to the left, even though I counter to the right. So rather than pull this weapon over here, I'm going to move myself behind my own weapon. So he does his ski, and I move myself behind my own weapon. Always attacking the rib cage. Boom, boom, behind my own weapon. And I'm doing the same foot maneuver. Here. And you attack his grip. Because the grip is out. Boom, boom, ah, right here. Attack his grip. Then the ski. Boom, right back down the center. So he has to defend his hand. When he feels the aiki, the hold, the suki, he defends his hand. Changes his grip and shields it. Get ready. Okay, let's get to the strike. You gotta go back. It's not cosplay where we're taking turns hitting them. This is how I used to fence with my brother as a kid. We were playing Robin Hood, Arrow Flint. You got it? And you just do that over and over. So when he goes, boom, boom. This isn't, what is that? Nothing. Okay? So in the same way that he has to have, and I have to have power geometry, go ahead. Okay? And get your hand out of the way. This move has to be with my body. Is that it? It can't be, I'm over here and I'm like, you see that? The whole move is come back right back in. Disarm the Joe. Make him have to be at the back end only. It'll clear the center line. You got it? So watch my biomechanics. Boom, boom. Everything's got to move. Hip, arm, body, hips, boom when I hit, boom, okay? You're just kind of casually putting, you saw your opening, he sucked his hand out, boom, boom, you hit it, and break it, okay? Let's go. Okay, the form is going to do something. It's going to pulse close as we aggress on each other we're getting closer, okay? And then it'll pulse open and rotate, okay? So, I'm doing the first move, boom, and I'm rotating. And when I do this, stay where you are, but there he goes. Okay, so here's my penetration range. You see where I am? And he does his move, boom, and then he does his ski, and look how close we are. You see? So usually what happens is this guy does not penetrate on their ski. And then he has a long ass way to go. But this technique is he runs more, I run more into it than he's chasing me down. You can see that in the fact that he is not in on me, but in kamae. You get it? So if you watch again, so I have full penetration, I moved up the circle, boom, I have full penetration. You see his stance. Put the leg back. Okay? Because he needs that to get out of the way of the ski. So he can't just go here, which you see some people do, because there's no power. So he has to withdraw the Joe. You see? And then he comes in, boom, and catches that. So let's try to smooth out the form so you can see what happens to me as I run into Harai ski. Boom, 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 boom. You got it? But this is what you tend to do. You see that? Then the next move makes no sense. So we do the same thing, nor his withdrawal of the ski makes no sense. So smooth but full range, boom, boom, boom. I'm getting the hell out of there. Do you get it? Don't hesitate, just be smooth. Full range, boom, 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 boom. Move over here. And I'm going to take the flank. He was trying to penetrate. I'm going to go around him, let him go by, hit him in the back of the head. Where he withdraws the Joe, that's where I go into the cover position. He creates the in space for it. Right there. And we attack his front elbow. Boom! Pop! In the head. This strike is the same strike as the second strike. Let's go. Try to understand what I'm doing. Each time I've showed you what the true range would be. Okay? When you go back and forth, it's because you're violating ranges. Okay? So he had a ski, just ski, got it, and I hit the back of his head. So I cannot be standing here. How do you know that? Because the striking end of the Joe is here. So I put that on his head, and then I move back. And here's where I am. You guys see that? He goes again. I'm about here, right, when he withdraws the Joe. Okay? So I come up, boom. This should be at a 45. That is where I'm going to be. If this foot is closer, watch what happens to the Joe. So you're violating that angle. So we're here, he withdraws, boom, out. I have to make this fit. Ah, right there. Okay? Let's go. So the correct range assumes more than you are assuming. Okay? So, and also then the importance of dominating the center line for as long as possible. There has to be a reason other than I like this thing for why I'm not kicking, punching, grabbing. Do you understand that? Okay, so when we do the first move and he does not control, I'm sorry, let's see, you see, okay. Hold, and he does not, he goes right from here up. Do you see that? So I know my weapon is going to be countered when I see that. Boom! Why do I keep floating around this range? Because he's making me. Otherwise, I would go to other weapons. And the same thing happens as we go on in the form. Oh, see, I'm keeping them out. Keeping them out. Oh, keeping them out. Ah. Oh, same thing here. A lot of you guys are withdrawing the Joe here. You're sliding it through your hands. Do you see that?
Hi. Hi.
Switch roles. Draw. Got it? Watch the difference. Here. He's coming in. You got it? Don't go here and withdraw from here and think you're going to get that. Guys either just come in and go boom. Okay, let's go. Okay, we are just trying to learn sequence, right? But there's always an internal, more subtle aspect to it, okay? So as my geometry can't be touching sticks, nor can my mechanics, okay? He goes, my body's moving with him. Moving with him. You see? Sticking to his weapon. Sticking to his weapon. Boom. Sticking to his weapon. Boom. Body's moving. You didn't penetrate enough. Body's moving. Let's go, dude. Boom. Body's moving. You lost connection. Let's do it again. Sticking. Boom. Sticking. Sticking to him, sticking to my weapon, sticking my weapon to his Joe. Not here. You got it?
Hi.
Always dancing with him. See the difference?
Hi.
No?
Hi.
Okay, let's go.
Hi.
One more each.
Hi.